Hi everybody and welcome to General Mechanics. In today's video I am going to do the rocker cover on my Honda. The gasket needs replacing anyway, so I thought I'm going to paint it in OME Honda red crinkle paint. So we'll start by taking it off. All you need to get the rocker cover off on the EJ9s is a 10mm ratchet and a pair of pliers to get this clip off here, so you can get the pipe off, and then the whole thing should just slip off. So let's not beat around the bush, let's start undoing some nuts here. It shouldn't be that tight anyway, because I think the previous one didn't tighten it up properly. There you go, there's one. I'm finding with these Hondas they're so bloody easy to work on. On the Renault, to get the cover off to change the gasket, you've got to take the whole manifold off, the whole damn thing. So I'm liking this. Very easy indeed, and I now know why people like Hondas so much, because they're just so easy to work on. I can do it one-handed whilst holding the camera, which is pretty good. Alright, and this one here, I've got to take this clip off here. There you go, that was a bit over tightened. Don't think that needed to be that tight. Okay, and we're going to do this bad boy here that holds the bracket on, that holds the distributor wires on. So we'll just undo that one. Put that down there. Okay. And do that last one there now. Okay. And the good thing is as well, we're going to get a good look inside, because I haven't actually looked under this cover yet. So it'd be interesting to see how nice and clean it is underneath. Because this did have service every 6 months apparently. So it'd be nice to see what it looks like. Let's take this little cover off here. Don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but there's the little bracket there. You might have a different one, you might have a screw tight one on yours. I'm just going to put you down a minute while I crack the cover off, and then we'll have a look to see what it looks like inside. Right everyone. Hi everybody and welcome to General Mechanics. As you can see, I've took the valve cover off, and look how clean it is underneath. I can't believe it. There's no carbon build-up on this at all. Apologise, varnish build-up. I just can't believe how clean it is. I'm really liking Hondas at the moment. I just can't believe it. So I'm pretty sure this has been serviced every 6 months, like I was told. You can always leave me a comment on the description below and tell me if your engines are like this, or if this is how they all look like anyway. Just because they're really good cars. I'd love to know. But yeah, and I do apologise that this isn't on the end of video 1, as promised. I was about to start videoing and then my battery died. I am still getting to grips with this filming. I've got to get used to how long I can record until the battery runs out. So yes, I do apologise about that. So yeah, there's the cam belt, looking all nice. But yeah, so that's what it looks like underneath. This is General Mechanic, everybody, and welcome to General Mechanics Part 2. I'd just like to make one apology actually in regards to the first video. When I'm showing you with the cover off, I'm there saying carbon build-up. I actually meant to say like oil build-up deposits and varnishes. So I don't know what I was thinking there. I think my brain was still in work mode, and yeah, so I do apologise about that. But anyway, let's crack on. We're going to start now by prepping the rocker cover ready for paint. And this is totally optional for you. You can just skip this video and then go to the refit of the gasket if that's what you're intending to do. But I just thought I would just give it a little bit of shazz, as they say. And what I'm going to do, again, totally optional, you don't have to, I'm going to save the lettering here in silver because it is really good, none of the paint's flaking off. So we're going to use some masking tape to protect that. If you want, you can just sand the whole thing down ready, or you can even strip it with a paint stripper. I'm not going to do that because this gas rocker cover, is in such good condition, none of the paint's flaking off. So I'm just going to go straight ahead with some roughing up paper, or like a sponge as you call it. And I have just bought a sheet of it from Halfords that I've had for quite a long time now. It does take a while to use it all up. It's basically just like a Scotch-Brite type material, and you can cut it to all different shapes to get into, you know, the little divots and all that. So basically you just want to start giving it a good old rub, really, and all this does is just scratch the surface up ready for the new paint. You'll probably see it start changing colour. That's as it gets down. It takes a little bit longer than what it would if you were just paint stripping it, but because it's not flaking, I'm going to get a really good finish when it comes to put the crinkle paint on. You know, you might as well, if you can save something and reuse it, it's going to save you money all round. So I'll bring you back after I've been rubbing on this for ages, and I'll show you how to do the masking off of the Honda sign. So I'll see you in a minute. Right everybody, welcome back. We're at the stage now where we are going to pre-clean the rocker cover now. You can use brake clean if you want. I prefer these panel wipes from Halfords. You get I think it's 10 wipes for $1.49. I've never had an issue with them. I've used them on all the bodywork I've done in the past. Let's just get one out. They last quite a while, and now they've actually changed the pack so it can be resealed, because the ones before, once it was open, so if you didn't use all of them and give it a matter of days, and they would dry out because they lose their alcohol, you know, soaking on them. So we're just going to give it a really good wipe down now. When you sand in, you want to get right into all the nooks and the crannies. If you don't, you're not going to get a good finish when you put your wrinkle paint on. As you can see, already that's quite dirty. It took me a while to sand it down, because obviously I wanted to save the Honda lettering, because I'm going to tape around that, and then we're going to do the red. We can unmask it, and then we can have the silver lettering behind. We know it's not, you know, OME original, that's how they do it, they just spray the whole thing, but, you know, it's all about personal taste at the end of the day and what you like. You know, you've got to be individual in these things, but, you know, I'm sticking with the OME red because I think that's nice on the Hondas. I've done a little research on it. It seems to be what everyone does. I've seen a few doing gold and blue, but I think silver and red go quite well. Let's get another wipe out. Probably end up using a few of these. Really gonna have to get a tripod for this camera, I think, so I can carry on and do stuff and film for you guys. Hang on a minute. There we go. Back in. I shouldn't have put the cover down, I don't think. There we go. Right. So round two. Don't think I'll need another one, so I can get away with putting the cover down. So just make sure you get into all the nooks and the crannies. Give it a really, really good wipe down. I mean, you can still see I'm getting dirt off it now, even though we did give it a really good wipe down. Getting all these screw holes. Just make sure you get the whole issue clean, because that wrinkle paint, the slightest bit of dirt and it won't stick properly, and then you'll regret it afterwards. Depends what sort of job you want. If you just want a quick job, then the first wipe would have done alright, and then just a bit of tissue with a little bit of water on it, or a paper towel. Any of that sort of stuff will work well. I actually use a bit of washing up liquid on a paper towel when I do some cars, and I've never had an issue yet. Yeah, I know you are meant to use panel wipe, but if you've not had an issue with something, I don't see the point. You can carry on doing it the way you've been doing it. Not only that, it's a lot cheaper using washing up liquid. And like I said, I've never had a problem yet. So we're going to give this a really good wipe. And then once we're done, you're going to let it dry for about 10 minutes, just to let all the alcohol evaporate. And then we'll start doing the stickering on of the masking tape then, ready for the spraying, which I'll do out in the shed in a bit. And I'll show you what you need to get the perfect results. When we come to spray the rocker cover, I'm going to do it my way, the way that I found works, because I did it on some panels many years ago with black crinkle paint. You can follow the instructions on the tin if you want. The way I do it, you just get a few more crinkles. So, you know, it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to be your guide. And you can, you know, sort of go away from that and just use mine as a reference. But, you know, you'll probably end up seeing the results that I get and probably want to go down the road I got. So, you know, right, so I'm going to just let this dry and then we'll come back and we'll do the masking tape. Hi everybody and welcome back. Right, I've put some masking tape down over the Honda logo now. You can do it two different ways. You can use some sandpaper and very gently sand the edges away until it comes off. But I'm going for the Stanley blade route. I've never had an issue with it yet. You can buy packs of these Stanley blades from Prop Job. They're like 50p for 5, or you can go to Pound Shop. Believe it or not, when I was in there the other day, I couldn't believe it. You can get 10 blades for £1. And it comes with a little hand holder as well, not the full size blade but a little hand holder just to make it a bit easier. But you know, I'll persevere. I'll cut this out and then I'll bring you back with what it looks like afterwards. Hi everybody and welcome back. We're now at the stage now where I've cut around the masking tape on the Honda logo. This is as good as it's going to get. I'm not particularly worried about it. And I've done the filler hole and just cut around that. Masked each of the spark plug tubes off. Ready, because I don't want any paint to get down into there. I'm going to mask up these as well. I don't see the point in loading these up with loads of paint. And then you will join me in part 3 where we will be in the shed. Getting ready to paint. So this is General Mechanic signing off. Hi everybody and welcome to General Mechanics part 3 of spraying your Honda Civic EJ9 rocker cover in OME Honda red crinkle paint, this is the stuff that I'm using. You can get it off eBay for $6.99 and £5 postage. It's resistant to 350 Fahrenheit, 177 C. I'm going to show you my tips of how to get it to crinkle a little bit more. Like I said, I've had good success with this stuff before when I've used the black version of this on some sheet panels that I was doing. I've just done a little diagram here on a bit of paper because I can't show you the instructions because the writing's so small on the back. But when you start doing it, you start off vertical, which is this way, then horizontal, which is that way, and then your last coat will be diagonal, which is like that. It does something to help with the crinkling as well. You're going to need a heat gun or a hairdryer to get the panel nice and hot, so I'll do a little bit now for you. Start getting the panel warmed up. Just want to make sure it's hot enough ready for the first coat. So we'll do this for a bit. Then what you want to do is, after a while, just fill the panel to see what it's like. And that's starting to feel lovely and warm now, it's not cold. So with this paint, what you've got to do is you've got to shake it for exactly a minute. And then for every minute of use, or for every minute of not use actually, sorry, you need to shake it for 10 seconds. That just keeps it all mixed up. And then what you want to do is, as you're shaking it, basically you'll know when it's done, because you'll feel the ball moving through the can a lot easier than what it was when you first moved it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the first coat on, and that will be the vertical, and then I shall bring you back. Oh yeah, and ideally as well, some people do the vertical, horizontal and the diagonal in one go, but I've read the instructions on this one and it actually says to leave 5 minutes in between each coat. So I'm going to do what the instructions say, and then we'll see what she looks like afterwards. So I will bring you back when I've put the first coat on. Hi everybody, and welcome back. This is what the first coat looks like. Like I say, I don't go too heavy. I have seen videos where they've gone really heavy with the first coat. I don't want to do that. So you want to time 5 minutes from the first coat, and then start getting ready to do your second coat. So what I'll do is I will bring you back once I've put the second coat on, and then we'll get ready for the third. Right everybody, welcome back. The second coat's on now. As you can see, the wrinkling process has started. I encourage it to get this amount of wrinkles. What I do is I use the hot air gun and I waft it gently over the paint, and that just helps get the cracks on the go. I think if you just leave the paint to do its thing, you don't necessarily get very many cracks. Well, you don't get the wrinkle effect. So I will now go on with the third coat, and as you can see, it's coming out pretty well. I've got to let it all settle down. It's got to dry overnight, obviously. But I'm going to show you a little trick, because with this paint you have to cure it, and a lot of the way you can do it is putting it in the oven. Well, I'm not going to be allowed to put mine in the oven, so I've come up with a pretty clever way of doing it, which you will see in a bit when I've done with this third coat. So I'm going to end part 3 now, and you'll be back in part 4 to see how I cure it. And tomorrow, when I come back from work, we'll see the finished result. This is General Mechanic, and welcome back to part 4 of painting your Honda rocker cover in red wrinkly paint. Right, as you can see, this is my idea of how to cure the paint on the rocker. I'm not allowed to use the oven, so what I've done is I've used a halogen heater from the house. Basically, just put a nice gentle heat over it. You will have to leave it longer than usual. In the oven you have to cure them for 45 minutes. I'm probably going to have to do it for about 3 to 4 hours to get it to cure up nice. But as you can see, I'm quite pleased with the way the wrinkles have come out. They look pretty nice. For a first attempt of doing it in the red as well, like I said, I had great results with the black, but I've never done it in the red before, so it's the first time for me really. But yeah, so that's the general look. I will bring you back in part 5 when we're putting the gasket back in and putting it back on the car. I hope you like this one. This is General Mechanic, signing off. Hi everybody, and welcome to General Mechanics. This is part 5 of how to paint your Honda Civic EJ9 rocker cover. As you can see, the job is all done now. I peeled off the masking tape this morning before I went to work. As you can see, the crinkle finish looks absolutely amazing. I hardened it overnight with the plug-in heater, which is over here. and done a lovely job. So you don't need to use the oven like I've seen on most videos. You can cure these things overnight. It does take a bit longer, but the results are absolutely amazing. I also sprayed up the bolts that hold down the rocker cover. This is totally optional, you don't have to. I just thought I'd spray them silver so to sort of match the red and silvery theme there. And I went out today and ordered a new rocker cover gasket for it from Blueprint. It was £8 from Western Motor Parts. Absolutely adore Blueprint products. Use them on the Mrs. Micra. Started using them on the Honda. No problems at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the phone down. And I'm going to flip the rocker cover upside down. And I will show you how to put the gasket in. So I'll be right back. Right then everybody, I've started to put the gasket into the groove, and all you've got to do is push it in the grooves now. Make sure that it's level in there. Just got to make sure that all these bits are right and correct. There we go. So just make sure the gasket's sitting in there all right. I'm not going to put any ATF on this. I don't know why the last gasket had it put on. You shouldn't need it if you torque the nuts down to the right torques. You shouldn't need any ATF at all. It's up to you. You can put some on if you want, but I'm not going to. If you do it right, you shouldn't need it at all. You can use a genuine Honda gasket as well. It's entirely up to you. I think they're about £15, but I've not yet had a problem with Blueprint products. So like I say, yeah, if you want to, you can use a genuine Honda one. But I think these Blueprint ones are just fine. I use one on the Micra, on the wife's Micra, and I've had no issues with it yet. So you just want to make sure it's all in there nice, and just keep poking it in like that. There we are, and that's what it should look like when you're done. And then what you want to do is just grab any old oil. It doesn't matter. What am I going to use? What am I going to use? I will use this Halfords oil here. You just want to get a bit of this Halfords oil. Doesn't matter what oil you use, and just dab a bit on your finger. So what I'll do is I'll pour a little bit into the lid. So I'm just going to pour a little bit into the lid now. Just a little bit, you don't need loads. And then just dab your finger in the oil. Like that. Just dab it, dab it, dab it. Or mix it round like what I'm doing. And then just run it across the whole of the seal. It just means you get a better mating surface when it comes time to putting it into the car. You can pre-do this ready. Doesn't hurt. Like that. Like I say, it doesn't take very long to rub it all around. I have seen people use a little bit of grease as well, but I've never had problems with the oil, so I'll just crack on using the oil. Like that, and just smooth it all around. Make sure you get it around all the nooks and the crannies. Just make sure you work it in. Like that. A little bit more over here. Like that. And that's how you do it. And what I do is as well, because it has been out, put a little bit more oil around the spark plug seals as well, just so they're all lubricated up and ready to go. And that way they'll slide on a bit easier onto the tube as well. And then do this one here as well. Like that. There we go. Right, I'll bring you back when I've sat it onto the car. It's pretty much the reverse of taking it off. You've literally just got to place it on, and then we'd start doing the bolts up. Right everybody, welcome back. Right, we're now at the stage where we're going to start doing up the nuts now. I like to do them in a crisscross pattern, so I'm going to go there, 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 and there. That way it gets it down nice and even, and then you shouldn't put any unnecessary stress on the rocker cover. So here it goes, and I'm not going to do them up all the way, I'm just going to get them snug and then work my way around. There is specific torques for them. I just do it by feel. You can look in a Haynes manual and find out what the right torques are for them, but again, I just do it by feel. It's the best way, I reckon. As I say, you just want to be nice and gentle, not too hard with it. Only do it off as you're going as well. And you can, if you want as well, you can leave me anything in the description. Tell me if I did anything wrong or anything I could have done better. I'm all for all that sort of stuff. I like to know what people's opinion is of what I'm doing. That's it. Just get a good feel of it. So I'm sure there's things I probably could have done a bit differently. But with me it's a time factor as well, because I work in the day, and I sometimes have jobs in the afternoons that I have to do as well. Right, and I'll just see if that's gone nice and level now all the way around, which it has. The gap's closed up all the way, so I don't think there is any need to go any. Oh, I can get a bit tighter with this actually. There we are. Like I say, when you go around it, it might give you a bit more tightness as you go around. And I got a bit more by going down with that middle one, so I'll go a little bit more with the others as well. And that one as well, we'll look at it. And there we go. That one's bottomed out, so we know that one's alright now. Okay, right. So next job will be now is to put the holders back on now. So I'll go and grab those. First of all, let's put the that there a minute. Go and get the nut from inside the car. There he is. Okay. And he goes. That's it. Now I covered the holes with masking tape because this paint is thicker and I didn't want to fill up the threads with paint, so I did the best I could there, and I didn't actually get a drop in there, so I was pretty pleased with that. Let's do this bugger up now. Make sure it's level, gotta have things level. Lovely. Nice job. I'm just gonna put you down for 1 second just while I hold that and do that up because it's turning. Right everybody, she's all back together now. She's running good. I've just turned the engine on for a bit so I can see if there's any leaks coming out of my gasket. Gives you a good opportunity to check it, make sure it's all alright. Please leave me any comments if you thought I could have done anything differently or better. Please hit the like button as well if you like these sorts of videos. Hopefully within the next few days my package will arrive from Japan, which is some K-Tech bonnet struts that are going to go here and there, so that'll be another video for you guys. So yeah, this is Joe the Mechanic, signing out.